today in history. Well, not, yeah, it's history now because one of our Secretary of State, John Kerry, opened his mouth, insert his big feet into it. Well, I see he inserted your rights. Let me explain. When he used the term climate change, and weapons of mass destruction, that means you are in trouble. That little saying say that they can call you a terrorist and come on and confiscate your lands, your property, and everything because you cause climate change. Now, are you going to let these idiots get by with this? This is not something I'm dreaming up. This is something I see. They can't get their way somewhere else, so they're going to push it someplace else. They're going to start using force. And all you people that you are out there on the fringes and saying, hey, they're doing a good job and everything, wait until they come to your door and take you away. Now, you need to go down to your local governments, your state governments, and you demand, if you want to protect your rights, and let me tell you what your rights really are. Your rights don't only include the right to free speech and everything like that. Your rights include what was written in the Declaration of Independence. You remember that in the Magna Carta? You remember them? There were rights that were written 5,000 years ago. And all these rights can be taken away by certain people doing certain things. You, the people, not paying attention to what your employees, the politicians, are doing. I would just want to say this. I'm very, very upset with you people. You're not paying attention, and you seem like you don't care. Well, you better start caring because, let me try to, I'm looking for a page. Let me try to explain. You have the right. You know, there is an amendment to the Constitution. I call it the Catch-22. It's Amendment 10. It limits the powers of the government to what was written in the Constitution and nothing else. The government does not have the power to come into states and tell states what to do. It's not in the Constitution. Let me give you a list here of certain unalienable rights. Oh, by the way, unalienable. Let me explain what that really means. These are rights that are not alien to you. Think about it. Not alien. That means that you have these rights no matter what. The right to self-government. The right to bear arms for self-defense. The right to own and develop and dispose of property. The right to make personal choices. The right of free conscience. The right to choose a profession. The right to choose a mate. The right to beget one's kind. In other words, if you want to procreate, that's your right. Right to assemble. You should be able to hold an assembly without the fear of the government telling you, no, you can't. The right to petition the government. The right of free speech. The right of a free press. We do not have a free press today. They are controlled by political parties trying to push their own agenda. The right to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. Let me go back to free press. If you were a free press, you would have Not just this side of the argument, not just that side of the argument, but you should have all sides of the argument. Because your argument usually isn't a square or a rectangle, it's usually a circle. Everybody has something to say. And all personages that has a different point of view should be represented in a press outlet, media, on the same issue. In other words, do you believe in free speech? No, I don't believe in the free speech. Then why are you speaking? Enjoy the fruits of people should have the rights to enjoy the fruits of one's labors. In other words, if you this can be put underneath the pursuit of happiness, people. If you're happy working 10 to 12 hours a day, or 8 to 12 hours a day, or 24 hours a day, impossible, but hey, to make a living, to make your life better than what it was when your father was alive, or your father's father, then you should have the right to do so. And no one should tell you differently. You should have the right to a fair and speedy trial. You should have all these rights. They're yours. If it isn't given to the national government underneath the Constitution as a power, or forbidden to the states, it belongs to the states and the people. There is nothing in the national Constitution that gives the authority to climate change. Oh, let me explain climate change just for you. The biggest cause of climate change, continental drift. And if you haven't been taught that, go look it up. You'll find out you can't stop that. It's when the continents actually move on the planet. At one time, there was no winters. Think about that. In fact, at one time, there was no water. Gee, think about that one too. Climate is always functioning. The climate is always changing, and you cannot stop it. Because I want to show you something. If you could stop the climate, you should be able to go out there and stand in Tornado Alley and grab a hold of a tornado and confound stop it. Or maybe go down to the Caribbean and grab a hold of one of them hurricanes and stop it. If you could stop climate change, you cannot. It's there. It's going to happen whether you or even the human race is on this planet, because it has always happened since the beginning of the planet. There. I said it. I'm through.